Hello everyone. I'm just gonna be honest. I have been trying so hard to find a quiet place to shoot this video, but I guess that's not gonna happen. I've been walking around. I walk by the pool. There's hella kids. I'm like, listen, they got the ACs going on, so I'm really hoping you can hear me. If you can't, I really do apologize. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. As the title says, like, how do I personally feel about Kevin Samuels? So I'm gonna be 1000% honest with me. Of course, I'm gonna be honest with me. But I'm gonna be 1000% honest with you. And I know some of y'all gonna hate me to death for having this opinion, and that's okay because this is my opinion or what. But I'm gonna be honest, I used to love Kevin Samuels. When I mean, I'm like, because the problem with us women is like we're very emotional, and you know that saying the truth hurts. So instead of like taking it in, people are always defensive. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest now. I'm gonna get to why I used to love Kevin Samuels. So let me tell you. So I used to love Kevin Samuels because he was straight telling the truth. If you really listen to the overall message of the overall picture before he got on this divesting movement, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But if you look at the overall picture, he says three things that men want. Men want friendly women. I'm gonna be honest with you, and some of y'all gonna be honest, but a lot of y'all gonna lie to yourselves. Black, I don't want to say black because black as in that's the whole diaspora. That's how I categorize it. But in African American, our culture as women, like, we pride ourselves on having a nasty ass attitude. Let's keep it funky. Let's keep it real. Like, if you're not gonna be real with yourself, then who you gonna be real with? We literally, and I'm gonna be honest, like, African American women, like black women in America, we have the nastiest attitudes on earth. Sorry, not sorry. It's the truth. It is so the truth. You understand what I'm saying? You know, the rolling of the eyes, all of that you can't sit with us. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Like, we are like the least friendliest women on earth. We don't. I was watching a thing with Kevin Samuels, and then remember when Kevin Samuels was talking about like the smile thing, and then the girl got all upset and called her attitude when he was like about just smiling. Now the funny thing is, this was years ago, and for those who follow me on Instagram, it's like one of my life missions to spread love and kindness. I'm gonna get to that crazy story about how God told me pretty much my purpose is to love like no one has loved on this planet before. But we'll stick to that topic for another day. So anyway, let's keep it real. We're not friendly. Like, we are the least friendliest. It is what it is. He says feminine. So we talking about the three F's. That's all he talking about. The three F's. Friendly, feminine, and fit. So like I said, you already know we not friendly. So we ain't gonna even go into petty. We pride ourselves on being petty. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people names on so many black women's names on like, it's only us that do this shit if you really look at it. Like, Asian women don't like pick at something negative and be like, oh. Well, anyway, like, I know this, like, a few Miss Petty, Queen Petty, on Instagram. I mean, not on Instagram. Yes, on Instagram. So it's just like, why do we want to embody these negative characteristics? So that's one. So we said friendly. Now we talking about feminine. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're not feminine at all. We are extremely masculine, like, as a whole. And that's because, a lot of us, it says 80% of us are right now are growing up without a dad in the household. So the mother has to be both the mother and the father. So if you got to play both roles, you don't essentially have time to be feminine. So I understand why, but I'm just saying, just because I know the reason why we're not feminine doesn't negate the fact that we're not feminine as a whole, a unit. And fit. I'm not going to even go into that, because at the end of the day, African American women are the fattest women on the planet. We are the fattest women on earth. This is a fact. This is not an opinion. This is a fact. You understand what I'm saying? So not only are we the fattest, you know what I'm saying, we have, you know, not saying like, okay, so like from the fat illnesses, like, you know, heart disease and stuff like that, like we suffer from them the most. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, I know a lot of black women, when I mean black African American, let me say that again. I know a lot of African American women who could barely walk up 3 flights of stairs without getting out of breath. Let's keep it real. Like, if we're not gonna keep it real, then who is? Exactly. So at the end of the day, like, you know, and it's so funny, like, this was a while ago. I was having a conversation with this young lady, because you know how black women are out here, Lord Jesus, we're gonna get there. You know, water is an African American woman's kryptonite, for real. As a whole, not all of us, but as a whole. So this one girl, she was like how she didn't go to the gym because it would mess up her hair. And so many black women say that, like, they're not going to the gym because their hair's gonna get messed up. So at the end of the day, black women are not friendly. I mean, excuse me, let me stop saying black. African American women as a whole, we're not really friendly. We pride ourselves on having nasty ass attitudes. It's in our songs, it's in our music, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny. I was just on this girl's page and she had a picture of herself, whatever, and she was like, cutie with an attitude. But why, Sway? That's a negative characteristic, to have an attitude. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, let's just say you didn't wipe your ass right. You wouldn't say cutie, but don't know how to wipe your ass. But I don't know how to wipe my ass. So it don't make sense. So it's like, at the end of the day, these are negative characteristics. So this, like, I'm not sure if you've been following, but this Ramadan, you know, I've been like focusing on just trying to be a better version of myself. Because, you know, like, I still have to work on my mouth as well. Like, you know, I'm just being completely honest with you. You know, I'm from Harlem and the Bronx. Okay? So, yes, I can have a nasty little attitude. You know what I'm saying? But my attitude is different. It's just silence. That's how, like, my attitude is. Like, I'm just completely quiet. It's because I'm more boisterous and, not boisterous. Wrong word. I meant to say bubbly. Because, you know, I'm bubbly, very energetic in real life. So it's just like the opposite when I have a quote-unquote attitude. But I'm going to be honest, I don't have attitudes. I don't do that. I'm an adult. When something is wrong, I let the person know what the hell is wrong. Seriously. Because ain't nobody got time for this. So anyway, so now let me tell you why I have lessened my love for Kevin Samuels. Now, the reason why I don't like Kevin Samuels as much as I used to is because on this divesting movement, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching Kevin Samuels for like a year, about a year now, whatever. And then, like, not too long, a few months ago, he's like, I meant to say something, but I'm gonna have to back up. So I was saying before, I'm gonna hold that. It was so funny. I was saying earlier how I didn't even know about Kevin Samuels at the time. As a matter of fact, I think I had just graduated college, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like an older guy who walked by. And I don't know, something just told me to smile. So I smiled at him. And you know, he thanked me. Not only did he smile back, he thanked me for smiling at him. He was like, that made me feel like warm. He was like, I thank you for smiling. Like, he really thanked me. But anyway, back to why Kevin Samuels, I don't like Uncle Kev the way I used to. Now, let me stop. And that's because this whole divesting thing. So, like, if you are not aware, there's a divesting movement of black women just completely leaving black men alone and only dating white men, and other men, not just only dating white men, but men of other races, you know what I'm saying? So like white men, Indian men, you know, just like completely, you know, not really caring about like who's love, like not saying who's loving me for me, but it's just like completely just like the black man doesn't exist. I'm only dating white guys. And it's so funny, I actually know somebody who ended up like that and ended up marrying a white guy, and they seem very happy. But I dated a white guy, and I'm gonna be honest, that experience, ooh, stay tuned for that. And the funny thing is, he wasn't even all white, but he was raised white. So back to Kevin. So and I feel like Kevin now is doing the same thing. Like, oh, you know, because I was listening, like, oh, divest, pretty much like, oh, since black women don't want to get with the program, date Asian women, date this, you know what I'm saying, date all these other women, and that's not the solution to the problem. The solution to the problem is people, not people, everybody, but no, not people, African American people, that's what I'm talking about. African American people, not all of us, but casual sex, and you know what I'm saying, unfortunately in our culture more babies are made out of, you know, just a few seconds of pleasure, not even longer than a motherfucking dream. You understand what I'm saying? Like, more babies are made out of we're just fucking than I love you. Damn, that's so sad. Well, anyway, so I particularly think, like, especially black men, because you could definitely see it in the music, you could just see it in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, black men go for the type of woman who's like gonna tickle, who they think is gonna tickle their pee-pee the best, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like they not thinking about, oh, who's a good woman, who could be a good mother, who could be a good wife. They're not thinking about any of these characteristics at all. It's like, oh, me the best. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, black men, the type of black women that really black men go for, you know, she wears weaves and wigs, you know, she has the longer eyelash, the really long eyelashes, and you know, she's doing everything in her power to make her ass look fat. So it's just like, at the end of the day, your inner reflects your outer. You understand? That's a whole nother topic for, let me not even get too deep, let me keep it surface. So at the end of the day, right, these are not the women you want to go for. Like, perfect example, on MTR, he, oh my god, he had this lady was so beautiful. She had locks, she was light skinned, she was just gorgeous. She had like Asian type eyes looking, she was just like gorgeous. She was like a more natural sister. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, you want to go after women like that, because women like that are more nurturing, they're caring, they're going to be the ones who are going to bring you a plate. Like, I can't even believe what's going on in society. Like, you can't bring your man a plate. You know what, this video is getting long, and I'm about to make like 5 of them, so stay tuned. So I will be wearing the same outfit. I'm not doing the whole changing thing, ain't nobody got time for that. But the point that I'm trying to say is, I really enjoyed Kevin Samuels before he pushed the divesting movement. Because it's like, I feel like it's no different what he's doing than what these women are doing. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody has to say, but I'm for black love all day, forever and ever. And I will explain why. I have so many videos to make, so stay tuned. I'm going to end this one here. Thank you so much for spreading love, spread kindness with me. Namaste, because there's too much hate in this world. And if you made it this far, can you please subscribe? Because my birthday is literally in 3 weeks, and I just want 1,000 subscribers, and that's it. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Toodaloo.